Welcome into DC On Screen, episode 365. I'm your host, David C. Robertson. This is my co-host, Jason Goss.
Hello.
You know, I think it's crazy. Someone could now literally listen to an episode a day, and it will last them a whole year.
Dear God. That is going to be a weird year.
365 episodes of our show.
Like, I want to encourage it, but I don't.
Did you really ever think that we'd get to this far?
Not a chance in three hells, no.
I figured we would somehow screw up and not do it.
No.
You know?
Like, I believe in parallel dimensions, so I believe in X amount of hells or heavens also, and I just didn't think in any amount of those that we would have 365 shows to portray.
Right.
Like, to put upon someone.
Ye old Everett Wheeler.
Yeah.
Theory.
Yeah.
Father of Mark Everett from the Eels.
Right.
Oddly enough. I just found that out this week, that was his dad.
That was so weird. Such a weird thing to find out, too.
Right?
I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But jumping over to Gotham, let's go ahead and jump into the news.
Which aired tonight. Welcome back, television. Woo.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Ra's al Ghul will apparently change Bruce and Alfred. EP John Stevens says his reveal will be an answer and a further question once he comes on the scene, because he's such an enormous character in the Batman canon. What are his plans for Gotham? What are his plans for Bruce? And how is that actually going to change Bruce going forward? Because Bruce's encounter with Ra's al Ghul is definitely going to change his and Alfred's relationship from this point forward. I'm just wondering if he has eyebrows. Because Neil Adams says he's not supposed to.
I get that. I'm more worried about, like, Bruce and Alfred's relationship is so fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, I could do a show just about those two at this stage and be pretty happy. And it's just this manifestation. Like, if you showed me another, like, BTAS, it's not the same. Like, these two are really good. And I don't want that to change too much. Like, I'm a little scared.
Like, this is one of those things that I talk about. Like, a lot of people will give me crap because they're like, oh, well, you just don't like anything other than Batman the Animated Series. Not true.
No. This is a fantastic version.
Yeah. Like, if I were to make my own Batman series, I would pull from probably Gotham and BVS and most of the Jeff Johns current stuff with the relationship of Batman and Alfred. More than I would ever pull from Batman the Animated Series. Now, Batman the Animated Series, Paul Dini, of course, created the idea that Alfred was part of the SS. What is it called? The
I think it's SSI. I think it is. I'm sorry.
Whatever it was.
Sorry if I get that wrong. I think we have some English listeners that would be happy to set us straight on that if they want to.
Right. Essentially, Alfred was James Bond, and Paul Dini kind of threw that in there. But I mean, Jeff Johns has expounded on it beautifully, and I love Alfred and Bruce. And
so is Scott Snyder too,
and Scott Snyder, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I would love to see all of that, and they did a fantastic job with it. BVS it was one of the real big highlights, and I love Jeremy Irons as Alfred. So, I mean, obviously, I'm willing to venture outside of TAS for what I consider the best version. Like I said, I don't mind them changing it as long as it's better than what's come before.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, one of the best parts of Beware the Batman, which is hugely underrated and got canceled way too soon. Like, they opened with Batman and Alfred's relationship with, like, Alfred, like, hitting him with a bat. Like, like, just, like, coming in as, like, a robber and, like, attacking him while he slept. Yeah. Wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
So, on to Harley Quinn talk. More Harley Quinn talk for Erin Richards, who plays Barbara Keene. She says, Harley Quinn seems to like destruction for destruction's sake, and that's wonderful, but I feel like Barbara has more of a plan. She's a little bit more intellectual in her approach towards climbing the ladder and taking over the underworld, and I think if she was to then morph into Harley Quinn, there would have to be something that happened that sort of stripped away that kind of scheming side of her, so that she would just become, I guess, unhinged in the world. To that I say, you don't understand the character of Harley Quinn, Erin Richards, and you don't deserve to play her.
No, I could work with that.
Ah.
No,
She's Harley's
like,
unhinged,
she's
but she's scheming.
Yeah, she's very scheming. But what's the name of the BTAS episode where like she beats him? Mad Love. All right, so that's an extremely scheming kind of episode, and that's fantastic. But I also like the idea that like Erin Richards is thinking that she's a very scheming thing and that this isn't going to happen. I like it because I don't want Erin Richards to be Harley Quinn.
I agree on that.
And I like there being some kind of differential.
Mm-hmm. I don't trust what any of these people say.
No. They don't know. I mean, Gotham is going to go into June. She could still be handed a script tomorrow, which, again, we talked about the writer's strike, but she could be handed a script like tomorrow that says, hey, you're Harley Quinn in 4 weeks. And she'd just have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't wrapped. They're still doing stuff over there.
Yeah. So, on Bruce and Selena's future, EP John Stevens says, the element of the Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle relationship that we, as all fans know, is that they are bound together and attracted to one another. But at their core, they are also both mission-driven and loners. They push each other apart constantly. That dynamic we will watch again over the course of the season because they are drawn together, but they also can't be together. Well, that sounds like a lot of will they, want they, and I don't really want that at all.
No.
I've always been a proponent of the Bruce-Selena relationship. Like, I like when they're together. Like, I like that in the Golden Age they like married and had Helena. Like,
no, that was fine. It was a fine little like Elseworld almost, you know. But at the same time, it can't last forever. I mean, he has to be a loner. She has to be a loner.
Nuh-uh.
There's not, to me, a version of this where it makes sense for both of them.
Yeah, the original version, the Golden Age, where Bruce killed people. And then got married to Selena.
I don't feel like we're going back to that, though.
Why not?
I maybe. I mean, I've seen the. You know, this is gonna like when we release our thing on Tuesday night. So the thing is, we're recording when this thing is actually playing. So we have no idea what happened on Gotham tonight on the when it came back. But if he killed a couple of those kids in that fight that happens in the trailer, all right.
Yeah. Okay. All I'm saying is there's nothing to say that Batman and Catwoman can't wind up together, and that that theirs is not a forever love. That's all I'm saying. You can throw as many, Damian Waynes in the mix as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that, Bruce and Selena belong together, and I don't think there's ever a reality where, that's impossible.
Right.
Because I'm a hopeful person. I'm a hopeless romantic.
They could work out. I'm not trying to discount it.
I mean, they could even have like training sessions, sparring sessions in the Batcave that turn into sex. Because Batman would be down for that. He's a freak.
Oh yeah.
He dresses like a bat. Come on, dude. She's in like a skin tight cat outfit. I mean, are we gonna pretend that's not what this has all been about the entire time anyway?
A little bit of cosplay, yeah. Okay.
I really don't know, guys. I'm just being stupid. Over to Supergirl. Mark Gibbon, who has actually showed up on Smallville, Arrow, and Man of Steel. He's going to be on Supergirl as General Zod. No word on why he's there. But Superman is returning for the season 2 finale. Tyler Hecklin on Twitter says, in case you missed it, he says ICYMI. Did I get those letters right? I think I know what that means. Either way, so happy to be working with this team again.
I'm going to be honest, I literally had to ask my wife what those letters meant.
I know what they mean.
I had to ask. I am that far behind the nomenclature.
Your wife is like, ugh, Luddite.
Oh, and I yeah, and like she didn't scoff at me, God bless her, but she did kind of like I said like, hey, do you know what ICMY? And about that point, she went, oh yeah, in case you missed it, and moved on with her day because she doesn't know me enough that she has decided to live with me and maybe spawn with me at some point.
We say that like you guys are characters straight out of The Invention of Lying.
You never know.
She has decided to live with me and perhaps spawn with me someday.
She might create another person with me. And that is apparently a thing that she has decided might be okay. And I'm always amazed by it. Because I'm just generally impressed with the fact that she thinks I'm a viable person.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the relationship we have.
I know a substantial amount more than you do about social media.
Uh-huh.
And even I've considered, like, I don't know, calling your wife and being like, help! Because she's like the queen of the social medias, man.
Oh, dude, no, she's a development director. It's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, she accidentally reaches more people in a day than we do with all this effort.
Right.
All of the effort and the calls to actions. Yeah, we're probably still falling behind.
You know what? She should probably just like go into business for herself as a social media expert.
No, it's a real thing that might happen at some point. But to be fair though, like she worked with the YWCA. That's a solid that's a noble thing. Why would you give me a reason to be against that, right? YWCA, and then she's transitioned to working for a major university as somebody who represents like several goals, including like several versions of cancer. Like she should have a major presence. People should be paying attention to her because they can help fix cancer.
Yeah.
And she's still attached to like the older part, so she can still like help, domestic violence and she's awesome, man. Like she still has a huge outreach that can actually help people. And we have decent outreach that can help people nerd out.
Yeah. I'm not saying you should. I'm just maybe suggesting that you try to convince her. I mean, you convince her to marry you. I think you could probably convince her that DC on Screen helps cure cancer.
I haven't figured out how to do that yet. No, I've been working on it. I have been working on it for a long time. I really have. I just haven't figured out how to like phrase it so that it sounds like somehow these are going to be synergistic activities. I want it to be that.
Yeah.
But it just sounds like we're hijacking her.
Yeah.
And the moment I figure out how DC on Screen can help cure cancer, so help me God, I know who I'm turning to.
All right, of course.
But until then, I don't know what we're doing here. Kind of I work on this. I work on this more than I would like to admit.
Okay. So, if you had cancer and went into remission after you started listening to DC on Screen, give us a shout out. Let us know about that.
And there isn't like a history of cancer in my family. I don't have like a thing to relate to. Like I don't have like a tight relation to cancer to really mess with. Like
I do, but I mean, our family is nothing but like diabetes followed by cancer.
I've got just diabetes and heart stuff and mostly just heart stuff. Like my heart is just destined to stop doing its damn thing at some point.
Sure.
That's pretty much the plan.
Yeah, we have the heart thing too.
Yeah.
I mean, basically anything. I'm probably gonna be dead next week, honestly.
Week and a half, maybe 3 if you get lucky.
Yeah. Like after this show, I'm gonna eat some of the Panera mac and cheese, and I know it's terrible for me, but I just don't care. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat the mac and cheese, and I'm gonna feel like I'm dying, and I'm gonna go to sleep.
Me and the wife like splurged this week and got turkey hot dogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we figured the turkey was better than the hot dogs.
No, I don't believe in the turkey hot dogs. I want the little red ones, the ones that are clearly made up of like pig dick.
No,
that's one I love.
No. That's not. That is worse. I'm sure it's worse.
If you're not giving me the red ones with the the pig dick ones, then I want like the bratwurst that is like full of cheese.
Oh God, yeah. All right. But two things.
Don't even, man. Don't even. Like, you and me used to, like, we used to go and buy those and make
that's
those
my
and
point.
eat those.
Two things. One, the pink things, if they are worse and someone can prove it, please let us know. Two,
I don't want to know.
We had, like when Dave and I started living together, we had a 4-month period where it was pretty much like a brat. It was like an art gallery of what to do with bratwurst. We had a fantastic time. And bacon and mayo seemed to be the most common of the things.
It was seriously just an orgy of bratwurst, bacon, mayonnaise, and DC related properties. Because we were watching like Batman Arkham. We were playing the Batman Arkham game.
Oh yeah. We
were watching Arrow.
Yeah. We'd go in there.
I think you were actually going through the animated series. I think for the first time, You're just like watching them all from beginning to end for the first time because I kept hounding you about it. And there was just bratwurst all over that. I'd seen
them all. But it was all scattered.
Yeah.
This was the first time I'd gotten to watch them like all straight, like front to back, and it was fantastic. Mm-hmm. But I did that with like, in my hand was like 2 bratwursts, surrounded on 2 sides with bacon strips, and lined with mayonnaise.
There was actually a night where I almost killed both of us.
Oh,
I put like the bratwurst, or was it? It wasn't bratwurst. It was some sort of sausage.
No, you made weenies and kraut. That's what almost killed us.
Yeah, but like I used like a ketchup and mustard type of I just put a ton of ketchup and mustard in it to make this like thick sauce.
Yep.
And then salted it as well.
Yep.
Because I'm an idiot.
Yep.
And I ate like half of a plate of this thing. Jason had 1 bite, and we almost died. Like, I seriously thought like I was gonna die. Like my heart was just like beating really crazy fast.
Oh, your heart was going like 170. It was amazing. Like I took your actual pulse at some point, and it was like, this is 170, dude. This isn't right. Like I just started shoving water down your throat. I mean, it didn't literally start doing it, but I started giving you water bottles and saying, you have to do this now.
Yeah. I almost OD'd on salt.
Yeah.
Guys.
I just stopped feeling my feet.
All right. We got to get back to the news, man.
Okay.
So, Melissa Benoist has another TV gig. It's a limited event series for Paramount through Viacom, and it's going to detail the Waco events of '94. She will play Rachel Koresh, legal wife of Branch Davidian leader David Koresh. The series is going to air is supposed to air in early 2018. Lonnie Chavis is coming to
I'm kind of curious, though, about like how many people are going to remember that.
I don't know. I remember Waco.
You remember Waco, right?
But kind of. Like, I was still a little too young to care. Let's be honest. I'm still a little too young to care. Like, if it happened today, I would be like, whatever. But
now you'd be too jaded to care.
I think it's the same thing. I think the Gulf War did that for me. Like, cause like when I was a kid, like the Gulf War was like all the time. And they'd have like those bulletin, those awful like bulletin alerts that sounded like a bomb was going to drop on our house, and they were warning us about it.
Yeah.
So by the time I'm to Waco, I'm like, I don't care about anything.
Right.
As long as I get to watch my episode of Martin before I go to bed,
everything will be okay.
Everything will be okay. Get to stepping, Pam.
Right.
Get to stepping. So Lonnie Chavis is coming to Supergirl. The much talked about James-centric episode of Supergirl is coming. And it's going to have Lonnie Chavis, whatever, from breakout hit This Is Us. The episode City of Lost Children will feature the relationship between an alien boy played by Chavis. James will try desperately to defend him while National City is attacked. Sounds kind of awful, honestly. I don't know how to feel about that, but hopefully it'll be good.
It could be good.
Could be. Over on The Flash, Killer Frost gets a bit of a change. Danielle Panabaker says earlier in the season, maybe episode 6, Cisco has a vibe where he sees Vibe and Killer Frost fighting. You will see that again, and close viewers will notice that this version of Killer Frost looks a little bit different. A little bit. That's
I really don't know what to do with that. Costume change?
I would assume. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, so over on Arrow, the executive producer, Wendy Miracle, talks cliffhangers for season 5. She says we're going to have a big bang of an ending, and we're not going to know really the outcome until the end of season 6. What? What? The end of season 6? That sounds awful.
Yep.
She says we don't often do cliffhangers in the way that we're doing this season, and we're excited about this ending. Well, I guess that's good for you.
But also, fuck you.
You know what? That sounds exhausting to me.
Yeah.
That sounds like some How I Met Your Mother shit right there, man.
Yeah, like
that's what that sounds like.
Part of the point of telling a story is you're season to season, you're supposed to tell me what happens.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to make, like, for that season, because I've been following you for God knows how long now. But I've been at least following you for 8 months.
Yeah.
You're supposed to make it make sense.
You know what this is going to cause? And I'm sorry. I hate to be... I really do. I hate to be an asshole and like negative and stuff. But in all honesty, you just made me not care about the show. Because I'm feeling like I want to know what's going to happen. And I know that all throughout season 6, I'm like, I don't care. Whatever, man. I'm gonna be so tired of this possible cliffhanger that I will not give a crap. I know that because I already, like, at the mere mention of this, I go, ugh.
Yeah.
This sounds exhausting and like I don't want to watch it.
I
will watch it and I'll review it and we'll talk about,
we'll
whatever
be here every
Arrow.
Week. But it's just, what have you done?
And it won't even necessarily... Yeah, it won't even necessarily be negative because I don't think either one of us thought last year at this time that we would be this enthusiastic about Arrow.
Right.
Because Arrow has been the best show of the season, honestly.
Oh, no.
It really
Arrow
been,
has
phenomenal.
Knocked... Oh, God, it's knocked it out of the park. I mean, I don't want to... Yeah, you're right. I don't want to discount it. Like, it's...
Right.
Absolutely killed for weeks. So, I'm going to go ahead and watch it and then judge it afterwards.
Sure. I'm just saying I'm not enthusiastic about the way that sounds. That's all I'm saying.
No, that sounds bad. But
sounds
same time,
they
told me though that, like, Black Canary, the renamed Black Canary and Wild Dog are like regulars next year.
Yeah.
All right. So I can work with that.
Yeah. The Arrow Season 5, the remainder of Season 5 Sizzle Reel has come out. It hints at Nyssa and Talia having a showdown, some violence, and possibly a hookup between Oliver and Felicity in the future. Hard times for old Captain Lance. He's not Captain Lance anymore. And everybody Oliver cares about, and their definite return of Manu Bennett as Deathstroke. I'm excited about all of that. I'm not that excited about Felicity and Oliver hooking up, maybe. I don't really care. I've lost touch with that. I don't care. I kind of cared around like season 2.
No, well, the thing is, I want to know. They didn't get like a good post-op discussion,
Yeah.
Like, have you ever had a discussion with like an ex-girlfriend where you broke down where it went wrong?
No, most of my exes, or all of my exes, have been so crazy.
I have actually done it where I like sat down with an ex-girlfriend and went, this is what happened. And, we both, it was back and forth. It wasn't like a one-sided thing at all. It was a back and forth of like, hey, you fucked this up. I fucked this up.
Right.
And it was actually kind of helpful. Like it was informative.
Well, at times that has been the problem. Like, because I want to have that conversation before we're even broken up. Because I want to, try to save the relationship if I can.
Yeah.
and then they don't like that. They're like, "Oh, you're bringing me down." And
yeah, but you don't know, unfortunately, until like you get to that point where you're like, yeah, it's over.
Yeah, and then sometimes that's what causes it to be over. Then sometimes, it's just like that happens later, and then they're like, well, and they were like, well, that was, you're miserable and you're a piece of shit. And I'm like, wait, what? Because I want to work on our problems? But thankfully, I haven't had to deal with that in a really long time. I've been very, very, very happily and just blessedly in a relationship for like 9 years now.
Yeah.
And we don't have any kind of problems like that. And she's awesome and appreciates my need to bring issues to the forefront so that we can work on them like adults. And
weirdly enough.
Weirdly, just
works on
amazingly.
things like an adult. It happens. It happens that sometimes.
Thankfully, yeah. So, it's always good to have a partner who wants to, like, actually discuss the issues with you as opposed to, like, blow you off and go have a drunken girls' night out.
I have been there, too. That was weird.
I'm like, on Facebook it shows that you're kissing other girls, and that's weird, because... Oh, you were just drunk, okay. Well... I guess I shouldn't be jealous. No, wait, I should probably be upset about this.
Yeah, I've come back
or at least
and
concerned.
Thought, yeah, I'm not sure I'm okay with what's happening.
Oh, whatever. No, you would be upset if I was making out with Jason. I didn't know you when I was dating any of those girls. I've only... Yeah. Anyway. Thank God for current partners is what I'm saying. That would
cause a huge amount of discontent.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, thank God we're with the people we're with now.
Yeah.
And thank God we're not with the people we were with at certain times.
Yep.
Oh, Lord. I don't know. Moving on. I don't know how we got off on that, but whatever. So, Wendy Miracle is still talking about the landing. She does mention the landing, the finale on the island. She says, "We have managed to hopefully." I like that she's willing to say hopefully now.
Yeah. That's what's strange about Wendy Miracle too, is like, hopefully we're going to do a thing.
Right. We've managed to hopefully stick the landing on it in a cool way that allows us to see both some of the moments right before we first met Oliver in the pilot, where he launched that flaming arrow and it lit up that signal fire, and also maybe a little bit after as well. Some of the more emotional moments that we never got to see in the pilot. That's fine. I'm good. She also said about the finale, Chase has been trying to prove to the world and to Oliver that he's not a hero, he's a killer. And he's going to pull out one final big whammo at the end that's going to leave Oliver reeling. We might lose some people.
All right, that's where it gets weird.
A little bit.
We might lose some people.
That's the most interested I've been in Arrow in a while, and that's me saying that with them being the best show this season.
No, I mean it might actually mean something. We might lose some people.
You think she's not talking about the audience? You think she's talking about the characters?
I think she's probably talking about the characters. And we're not going to lose Wild Dog. We're not going to lose Dinah. We're not going to, they're signed on as new characters next season. It's not going to be Felicity. I'm pretty sure she's signed on next season.
Well, if she's signed on, I mean, it doesn't matter. That just means that she has to come back if they want her to come back. They can kill her off at any time.
Yeah, we don't know how many episodes they're signed on for.
In fact, based on that Sizzle reel, I'm a little worried. If we might lose some people, they might actually just kill Felicity.
That's a possibility. They
might just make them close again.
Actually, that's the only thing we're sure about. Is they brought Wild Dog and New Black Canary are back, and after that, we don't know.
Yeah. So anyway,
and Black Siren.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel bad because my little sister is watching through Arrow, and she's like, she heard that that she hates Laurel, as we did. And she was like, oh man, so I'm just waiting on her. She heard. She's like, I'm waiting on her to kick the bucket. It's gonna be great. And I'm like,
yeah, I'll wait on it.
I'm not saying anything. I'm like, all right.
Just wait on it.
Yeah. Anyway, so here's a weird thing. A Krypton trailer leaked.
Yeah.
And then it was pulled by Sci-Fi.
Quickly.
And then they thought that Sci-Fi released a teaser trailer on like Instagram, but it turned out to be like a fan-made thing. It was like a fan profile. Nice. And they had just like taken a piece of they'd kind of done their own little edit. So, but the teaser, the trailer leaked, and it was like the old DC Comics logo from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they changed the logo about a year ago, almost a year ago. And they were using the old DC logo. So, I was pretty certain that this was, obviously a leak. And then they pulled it, and I don't know, what do you think? Did you actually get to see the trailer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And honestly, my thought is it is the old trailer. It's the old logo, and come on, man. Like, does this not remind you of Deadpool?
A little bit. I kind of feel like this is a last-ditch effort. I think, and other podcasts, other hosts disagree with me. And they say, well, they've been working on this since 2014. They've spent a lot of time and money on this, and that's kind of my point. Is like
that's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time and a lot of money. And the trailer says that it's coming out in 2017, but it doesn't actually say when in 2017. And that's a pretty big production turnaround for something that would be like a weekly series, I would surmise.
It's late April of 2017. We should already have a date. We should have a date.
Here's the other thing, though. And, if you guys follow us on the social medias, I've said it over and over again. It looks gorgeous, but it looks visually and narratively unsustainable.
Yep.
It looks like it would be so expensive to produce that it's not worth producing. Like, I don't think a Krypton show, and this is just my personal opinion, you guys can hate me for it, or, tell me I'm full of shit, and then just wait for the show that never comes. And it might come. I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't think it will at this point. If it does, whatever, I'll accept it and watch it and form an opinion. It looks kind of cool. It looks really pretty. They hang a lantern in the trailer, though, where it's just like, oh, the story is not in how we died, but how we lived. I'm like, no, it's pretty much in how you died. Your ending is the beginning of a story that we care about. I don't give a shit about Krypton. I don't. I'll watch it, and I'll hope I like it, but in all honesty, I don't give a shit about how Krypton lived.
No.
I don't care about Superman's grandfather. I don't care about, him having sex with some lady in a bed, as they showed us in the trailer, like, oh, look how sexy we are. I don't care, especially because it's David Goyer. Like, that's not even true. I said that to be spiteful. That's not even true. I don't care because of the premise. I don't care for the same reasons I didn't initially care about Enterprise, which that turned out to be a good show in the last 2 seasons, like a really good show in the last 2 seasons. But I don't care about Krypton. I know how it ends. I don't care. But anyway, it looks pretty, and if it happens, hopefully they'll be able to keep that up. And but I don't think that they would actually do it because of how expensive it looks. Like it looks like the pilot was expensive as hell.
No, it looks pretty, but I want them to actually make something happen.
Yeah, but going back to what I was saying though is that this reeks of desperation. This feels like an old trailer that was leaked, that was put online to try to convince somebody to pick it up.
Yeah, it's the Deadpool effect.
And I don't think it's going to happen.
Nope.
I might be wrong. Now, I don't know if it's a put pilot. I don't know if they're going to show that pilot no matter what. I don't know if that was the contract, but they've never been picked up for series. They had a contract for pilot. That's all they had.
It's so weird for like a pilot to be leaked. not even a pilot. It's so weird for like a
the trailer for a pilot, yeah,
for the pilot, and that get pulled down. And I mean within hours. Like, people are actually paying attention here, which is that means something. People that are paying attention, and they came out with like a teaser trailer later. That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. As far as like if you're wanting to watch this series happen, those are good signs. But
that was also not real. That was also somebody else. Like, that was like a teaser trailer based on the trailer.
Yeah.
That was pulled. That was like, yes, there are fans who are interested in this happening. There always will be. But the fact that Sci-Fi pulled it makes me feel like they're like, dude, don't get people's hopes up, because this isn't happening.
Yep. It is,
maybe it will, but I can't see the only reason I can see is if they decide that they're not happy with the trailer and they're going to put it out in a different way with a new updated logo, et cetera, et cetera. But this very much feels like someone trying to leak a thing so that it'll, suddenly gain traction, and Sci-Fi will be like, okay, we'll do it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think this was happening. And maybe that's just me, maybe that's just my survivalist instincts trying not to drown from all the stuff that we review.
It's possible.
But
it's possible.
And the fact that I have no real interest in the trailer anyway, or not the trailer but the show.
No, I will freely admit that I don't care about this show yet.
Yeah, I don't care about the show yet. The trailer looked pretty cool. I was annoyed by them cutting the hand, because they always do that, and it doesn't make sense. But they cut the hand, and it makes a Superman symbol on the console, whatever. It totally looks like it came from Man of Steel. Someone pointed out that the Kryptonian language is different than it was in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
But whatever. Goyer has said if it happens, it's going to be part of the DCEU canon. I don't care. I don't want it.
Right.
It doesn't look interesting to me. I think if you're going to spend millions of dollars on a show, do it on something that's worthwhile.
Right.
Not Krypton's past. I don't care about Krypton. I really don't. It's fine. I thought it was kind of cool that we saw the bottled city of Kandor. It looked pretty cool. Like, the effects were beautiful. I won't take that away from them. The effects were freaking beautiful.
No, that part looked pretty good. I'm happy with that. But oh my god.
Yeah. So the official finale dates for the CW have been announced. Supergirl's finale will be May 22nd, Flash May 23rd, Arrow May 24th, iZombie June 27th, if you care about that. And of course, Legends of Tomorrow has already happened. Over to Injustice 2 news. While it has been confirmed that in some cases new character skins will involve new voices, and it has been hinted that some of those characters might be from the CW shows, fingers crossed,
mm-hmm.
It has now also been confirmed that not every character will be given alternate DLC skins. For sure, though, Supergirl will be able to go Power Girl, while Flash can be Reverse Flash, and Green Lantern can be John Stewart and John Stewart Green Lantern instead. And I would fully surmise that Supergirl will have the TV show and Melissa Benoist voice.
Oh yeah.
If they don't, they're missing a huge opportunity.
Oh yeah.
So there's the new Injustice 2 trailer that teams up Batman and Superman. It focuses on Brainiac's arrival and his mission to collect worlds and destroy the remnants, which apparently forces Batman and Superman to work together. Again, great shots of everyone in the trailer. It looks pretty dope. And that's all I got, honestly. That's all I got for the show, for this episode. I think we stretched it out long enough. Talking about random things.
Fair enough.
So, yeah. Guys, every episode is available, dconscreen.com. It's available for free. You can go back and listen to our shitty recordings, and or shittier recordings, however you want to put it. And
hit it up.
You can talk to us on Twitter and Facebook at DC On Screen. One word, DC On Screen. Call us at 205-259-6331. That is 205-259-6331 to leave us a voicemail. We'll play it on the show and respond to you in kind. dconscreen@gmail.com. If you don't want to leave us a voicemail and just want to drop us a line instead, we'll talk to you there. We'll do like a mailbag situation. We're proud members of the Giant Size Team Up Network, giantsizeteamup.com, for all the badass shows over there, like Breaking the Panel, Panel by Panel, and Blazing Defender Report, and Booze and Phasers, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, which, you know, they like to rail on DC a lot, so, you know, maybe go tell them to stop. And if you love the show, I must request that you recommend us to as many people as you believe will enjoy us. Please let other people know about the show.
That is mandatory.
Mandatory. We won't respect you otherwise. We'll just sit here with our arms crossed and shaking our heads.
Right.
Going, those ungrateful people who enjoy us but do not share us with their friends. They're ashamed of us. They're ashamed of us, Jason. Jason. They're ashamed.
You have to put in the time here. I mean, just say
you don't
hello.
have to.
Yeah, just talk to another person. Say hi. I
it
enjoy
is the
this
healthy
thing.
decision. It is the healthy thing to do. Like, I think we've done 365 episodes. I think by this point, you don't have to worry that you're going to be like, hey, I like this thing. Please listen to those guys. And then the next episode, we're going to be like, you know, we support the Nazi party. No, it's not going to happen.
No.
We're not going to disappoint you in that way.
It's gonna. I think people should know where we stand.
Yeah. Anti-Nazi.
Anti-Nazi.
I don't even like it phonetically.
No. It's a boring word. In that sense, for God's sake, like you're just required to tell other people about our podcast that understands that Nazi is a boring word.
Right. It wouldn't be a boring word if Nazi was Naughttsi, because that would mean it would just be like, I don't know, a group of seafaring individuals who didn't enjoy land, and I'd be totally on board with that. Like,
then we could kind of
work.
work.
We only measure things.
Then we could kind of work.
You know,
but we don't do that though. So what we do instead is the actual Nazis that we stand against. 70 years of hate, and you know, our resistance that apparently still needs to be there.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It's like, what? Why are we? Oh, okay. It's still okay.
But we do. We hate them Nazis.
Yeah.
Just
my favorite part of the Blues Brothers is when they just
listen to us instead.
Ride. They just drive their car straight through those Illinois Nazis.
Right.
Make them jump in the lake there, the creek.
It's the best part.
No, I mean, well, that whole movie's great, but it's like my favorite movie. Like, I love it. They're all sitting in the line and they're like, "What's going on?" And it's like, "Those bums won their court case." Who? The effing Nazi party. Illinois Nazis. I hate Illinois Nazis.
Oh, dear God. Yeah.
This is a great movie. You guys go see the Blues Brothers. Like, go check that out. Like, if you haven't seen the Blues Brothers, you need to rent the Blues Brothers. Watch it any way you can. This is such a great movie. Very subtle humor.
I understand.
Sometimes I don't know. It's great. It's great.
I understand. I like you're talking to a person who, for God's sake, like at some point, one of my favorite gags is one of the Shaun of the Dead bits where they're like yelling a song in the middle of the street.
Oh. Shaun of the Dead is a great movie. Damn it, I'm going to watch one of these movies when we get off of here. Oh, by the way, we didn't mention this.
What's up?
There is a movie coming out on Hulu.
Oh, we didn't get to the others. Okay.
We didn't. It's May 6th. It's called Batman and Dill. And they even talked to Mark Tyler Nobleman, the author of Bill the Boy Wonder, the secret co-creator of Batman. Mm-hmm. pretty much everything. Every big DC fan knows that Bill Finger was completely screwed out of a lot of his creation credits. Like, he created Gotham City and the Penguin and Robin and so many things. Joker's a little disputed between him and Jerry Robinson, but Bob Kane. It always said Batman created by Bob Kane, and that's just not the case. Bill Finger created most of the things that we love about Batman. Bob Kane was a hack. I think we can all admit that freely now. And but there's a documentary, whether you want to believe that he's a hack or not. There's a really cool documentary coming out on Hulu.
Bob Kane did his work. It's just,
yeah,
he was no Bill Finger.
I'll put up a link. I'll put up a link to the trailer. Finally, Bill Finger has started to get credit for his contributions to the Batman legacy, which were great and mighty and many. And I think it's important that we support things like this, that get the word out that Bill Finger was an instrumental part, and they've recently started adding his name to stuff, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But he was denied credit for many years.
No,
and
for a few years it was kind of bullshit. Yeah,
several years. He died in poverty, which is, I mean, think about how much money the character of Batman pulls in, that property pulls in.
Oh, it's absurd.
The fact that Bill Finger died in poverty is a travesty. And I guess this bookends our writer's strike conversation from the previous episode.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah,
it's actually pretty disgusting.
It really is. Yeah,
it's stomach churning and sickening. How I gotta think, and it wasn't just Bill Finger. It was obviously it was the creators of Superman as well.
Siegel and Schuster.
Yeah, Siegel and Schuster. They Neil Adams tells a story about how they didn't get to go see the Superman Broadway show because they couldn't afford to go.
Oh yeah, they literally could not afford the freaking tickets to see the character they created.
And they were living in just abject poverty, broken windows, holes in walls.
Oh, it wasn't right.
And the same injustice was done to Bill Finger. And this is the way that things were done back in the day with these comic book companies. It wasn't just DC, but yeah, this is if you want to, I don't know, educate yourself, or just you're interested in the medium. Batman and Bill comes out May 6th. I think it's actually instrumental if you're interested in Batman at all, and really just probably the comic book industry. If you want to get pissed off about something, there's this. You can watch this because it's going to piss you off, I bet. This is probably going to piss you off quite a bit.
Yeah.
Just watching the trailer, I was livid for a good 5-6 minutes.
Yep.
I told Jason, he's like, where are you at on the show? And I'm like, I'll be ready about 15-20 minutes, whatever. And I watched the trailer. I was so mad. And I know the story. That's the thing. I know the story already. I already know. I've read up on it. I listened to the Fat Man on Batman episode.
Yeah. You understand.
But no, it's still not enough. You see the trailer, it just brings back all those feelings. So probably not the best thing for if you're, looking for a good time. But if, the internet's full of people who are just pissed off and want something to be mad about. And instead of, pointing out Wonder Woman's armpit hair, maybe look at this.
Yep.
Because this is a bigger deal. A much bigger deal.
I would agree with that, yeah.
So, yeah, that's it. I think that's it. You got anything else for this episode, buddy?
No, man.
All right. You know all the things. I already told you all the things. So, until next time, where we're actually, by God, gonna be, by the will and grace of God, gonna be coming back and talking about Gotham. Is Lucifer coming back, by the way? Do we know that?
Lucifer's week after Gotham. It's gonna be what we have this week is Gotham, and then all of the Arrow shows.
Supergirl and Flash and all that.
Yeah, okay. Gotham, Supergirl, Flash, Arrow.
But not Legends of Tomorrow.
No, Legends is gone.
So, guys, until
then,
the
week before Lucifer.
Until then, guys, keep some DC on your screen, and we love you very much.